Okay, so what I was saying is the titration that you are using in this experiment. For the titration, I said if you want, you don't need to use, or you don't need to do the experiment. I've already told you the trick. You don't need to do the experiment. This experiment, or the experiment I was showing you, don't even need to do it. Just master that the titration you need is between 15 and 17. Pick any numbers between 15 and 17. For example, if you are using 15, okay, you can pick 15.1 as the first titration. The second one can be 15.4. The other one can be 15.6. It should just be around 15. If you pick 16, it will be 16.1. You can pick 16.5. The other one can be 16.7. You know, in that range. If it is 15, you are choosing. If you are choosing 17, for example, you can say 17.1. You can say 17.1, comma 17.02. It's up to you. You don't just, but they should be, the numbers should be closer. 17.4. So any of these, you can pick any of these titrations. If you want, you can use these ones, or you can use these ones. If you want, you can use these ones down. Doesn't matter what you use when you're labeling that table. So that table, when you're labeling it, it's going to be like that. As I said, it's going to be like that. Okay, it's going to be like that. So it's up to you. You choose the number of titrations you want. So there, sometimes initial is down. Okay, final is on top here. Final volume. So it's up to you who chooses. And then here it's used volume. Used, meaning the subtracting of the final minus the initial. So it's up to you. You're the one who chooses. So for example, everywhere on the initial you put 0. Everywhere on initial you put 0. It's up to you. If there are 4 boxes, you put 4 boxes. If there are 3, you put 3. It's up to you. If there are 5, put 5. So final, if you want, you can use the, if you choose, maybe you can use, you can even use the, we said titration is between the range of what, 15 to 17. So you can choose 15, for example. So this one is 15, that one is 15. 15.2, and then that is the 15.4, and then here it can be 15 point, you can say 0.9. You see? So you have used 15 there. Have you seen? If you want, you can use 16, you can use 17, you can use whatever, any, but the number should be between 15 and 17. So there, when you subtract 0, any number times minus 0, it is itself. So there it will be 15. There it will be 15.2, there it will be 15.4, there it will be 15.9. You see, this is a titration table that you are using, and you have to find the average of these titrations, meaning that's a volume of the acid that was used, because all those titrations are for the acid. So average, it means you add all the numbers, 15.1 plus 15 point what, all of them divided by 4. There were 4 of them. So you add all of them and then you divide by 4. That is the volume that you're going to be using. Okay? But the volume for the base is always given, because this is a volume for the acid. The volume for the base is given. Sometimes they'll give you 25 or 20. They'll give you. So you use any of them. The volume for the base is always 25 or 20. They give you, can choose either 25 or 20. They will tell you what to use. And I said the base can either be sodium hydroxide, okay, or the base can be calcium hydroxide, or of course there is a 2, or magnesium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide. So any of these can be the base that they can give you in your exam. They can give you this base, that base, or this base, any of them. But the fact is the volume will always be 25. Okay? And then I'll show you how to do the calculations. But the main thing is, first you need to draw that table, and then you put initial volumes will be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Final volumes should range between 15 and 17. You pick any numbers and then you form that table. And then the first question they can ask you what volume of base did you use, or what volume of Q did you use. Sometimes they can say the base is Q. Okay, the acid, they can say the acid is P. They can use symbols. So if they say what volume of Q did you use, then you look at the question, you check what is Q. Q is a base. Then you know, okay, the base being talked about is magnesium hydroxide, or it is sodium hydroxide, or it is calcium hydroxide. So you're the one who chooses. You choose what base they're asking you, and then that's the one that you select. Okay, so they will also give you the concentration, but you know about the concentration in the formula. I'll teach you that.